everybody. It's so good to be together again. We have some good stories to read, and today we're in the upstairs part of the library. Miss Carol is here with us to do the filming, and I'm Miss Peggy, and we're here at the George Hale Library. Now today, we have a story about a Christmas tree. Now, how many of you guys have your Christmas tree up? I think a lot of people do. Sometimes you don't have a Christmas tree, but this is about a Christmas tree that everybody gets to share. Well, we're gonna start out with our song though, so let's all get ready to sing. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Okay, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. All right, we're ready. This is called Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree, and it's by Robert Barry. This is a story that's been around a long time. Miss Carol read it when she was a little girl, and I did too. Here it is, Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree. And here you can see somebody cut the tree down, and it's on a big truck, and it says special delivery. There it goes. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree came by special delivery, full and fresh and glistening green, the biggest tree he had ever seen. He dashed downstairs to open the door. This was the moment he'd been waiting for. A magnificent tree, splendid, he cried. Please, sir, won't you carry it right inside? And I think it might look best this year, right in the parlor corner here. But once the tree stood in its place, Mr. Willoughby made a terrible face. The tree touched the ceiling and bent like a bow. Oh, good heavens, he gasped. Something must go. Baxter the butler was called on in haste to chop off the top, though it seemed quite a waste. That's great, Mr. Willoughby cried with glee. Now we can start to trim the tree. When the trimming was well underway, the top was placed on a silver tray. Baxter said, I know just who'd be delighted with this little Christmas tree. So it was presented to Miss Adelaide, Mr. Willoughby's upstairs maid. Oh, won't this tree be a pretty sight when I've trimmed it later on tonight? But the top, oh dear! I'm so afraid we will have to be cut, sighed Miss Adelaide. And so with scissors sharp and long, she snipped off the top as she hummed a song. The top was set out the very next day in the back of the house to be thrown away. That little treetop caught the eye of Tim the gardener passing by. He certainly was not about to see that little tree thrown out. He hurried home straight away to see what Mrs. Tim would say. Fa la la, surprise, surprise! His wife could not believe her eyes. But our house, she said, is so snug and small. I do not believe we need it all. And before Tim had a chance to shout, she cut off the top and threw it out. Oh my goodness, this tree's getting littler and littler and littler, isn't it? Look who found it next. Barnaby Bear was padding by, and it almost hit him in the eye when he threw it out the window there. Now, who could throw a tree away so very close to Christmas Day? I think I'll take it home. That's what I'll do. Look, Mama Bear, I've a present for you. Let me see if we got that right. There we go. Oh, isn't it a pretty tree? Yawned Barnaby quite drowsily. But Little Bear, standing off far, cried out, Wait! That won't hold a star. Look, it's bent up. You can't put anything on top. Barnaby said, let's cut a hunk off the bottom here at the trunk. But Mama Bear just shook her head and sliced the treetop off instead. Jolly by golly, Barnaby said with a kick. Mama, that surely is just the right trick. Let's trim it with bells and honey rings, some berries, and popcorn on string. Mama said, trim it just as you like. I've got to tidy up for the night. This top we don't need anymore. I'll put it just outside the door. Later on that frosty night, Frisky Fox came into sight. He spied that little treetop and rubbed his chin. He opened his sack and stuffed the top in. He scampered home and jumped his gate. This Christmas present could not wait. It's even better than mincemeat pie, said Mrs. Fox with a happy sigh. Then the foxes saw that their Christmas prize was just a little bit oversized. Oh no. There, my dears. Don't you worry. I'll fix this top now in a hurry. She snipped off the top too. Oh my goodness. Then Benjamin Rabbit found it then, just outside the fox's den. Look at, there he is with his little hat on, and there's a tree. It seems, he thought, most certainly, that Santa left that for my family. Look, he cried, see the tree I found. And with that, he called his family round. There was merry-making, rollicking, carrot-shaking celebrations around the tree. They were all as happy as rabbits could be. Look at all those little rabbits playing, shaking carrots and singing about that little tree. And Benjamin Rabbit, with his own hand, sliced a carrot to make a stand. It's got a little hole to put the tree in. Now let's see how this will look right beside our chimney nook. But right away the children cried, look, it's leaning off to one side. It's too tall. It's too tall. You're right, that's all, said Mrs. Rabbit. And as though it were a summer carrot, she gave it a chop and threw away the top. There it goes, a tippity top. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Look who's next. Little Mistletoe Mouse just happened to see that tiny tip of a Christmas tree. He pulled it through the snow and ice, up some stairs. He fell down twice. But at last he reached his cozy house. It's just the right size, he told Mrs. Mouse. And at the top, if you please, they put a star made out of cheese. That's a good idea for mousies, huh? And guess what? It was just the right size. They didn't have to chop anything off, and there they are. Mama and Papa Mouse, Mistletoe Mouse, and the little baby, and they are so happy. Oh, wasn't it grand to have a tree? Exactly like Mr. Willoughby. Now, if you look real carefully in this picture, you could almost miss it. Here's Mr. Willoughby sleeping by his big tree. And here in this little hole is a Mistletoe Mouse family. And they're dancing around their tiny tree. Isn't that? I like that one. And here's a picture of Barnaby Bear and Mrs. Bear and Baby Bear, all dancing around their little tree. So that's our story for today, Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree. And for today's craft, we're going to make our own little Christmas tree. It won't be just like Mr. Willoughby's, but it'll be a little Christmas tree decoration that you can hang up somewhere. And here's the one that I made. Remember, yours can be any way you want. This is just an example. But first of all, I had some paper and I cut a tree shape out, and you can make yours any shape that you like. Make a straight one if you want, any way that you like. And I was lucky enough to have some stars. Oh, they're always good to have stars around. And stickers and things to put on the tree. I put a few here and there. A little one up top. And I've got some other stickers, some red and green ones. But you look around your house, and if you find little pictures of birds or any kind of picture that you like, you can cut it out of a magazine after you ask your parents and glue it on your tree any way that you like. Also, this is something, and you can also draw some things on it. It's fun to draw some little ribbons and things, and circles or anything that you like on your little tree, and make it your own special tree. You can even draw pictures of your family on that tree if you'd like. It's just for you to think of anything that you want. And then I did put a tiny hole in the top and have a little ribbon to put through if you want to be able to hang it up and tie it like that. And it's so much fun. You can make a couple of these trees, and you can make them bigger or littler if you'd like. There's something fun to give to somebody to put on their tree or to hang up in their house, or to put a few in your house, and there you go. Any way you do it will be wonderful. Okay, now I hope that you have fun with that craft, and I hope that you have a good day today. And remember to do something kind for someone to make them feel happy, and then that will make you feel happy, and you'll have a more wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.